Picture this: a shape-shifting, color-changing, jet-propelling escape artist with a brain in each arm. No, it's not a Marvel villain. It's an octopus. And trust me, this slippery little weirdo might just be the smartest thing in the ocean that isn't actively judging you. Welcome back to Wildlife Lounge, where nature gets weird, wild, and wonderfully explained. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the astonishing world of wildlife, one creature at a time. Let's get nerdy. The scientific name for the common octopus is Octopus vulgaris, which sounds like a Roman insult, but actually just means common octopus in Latin. Though there's absolutely nothing common about it. Octopuses come in many sizes. The giant Pacific octopus is the heavyweight champ, tipping the scales at up to 33 pounds and stretching out to 16 feet across. Smaller species like the Atlantic pygmy octopus can be the size of a golf ball. Speed-wise, they aren't winning any marathons. They usually crawl around, but in a pinch, they jet away at about 25 miles per hour, basically underwater drag racers powered by sneezes. Octopuses are cosmopolitan. You'll find them pretty much everywhere, except really cold polar waters. From the reefs of Australia to the rocky coasts of California, they hang out in tide pools, coral reefs, and even the abyssal depths. If it's wet and salty, an octopus might be squatting there rent-free. What do octopuses eat? Crabs, shrimp, clams, fish, basically anything crunchy and unfortunate enough to wander close. They use their beak, yes, beak, to break through shells, and some even inject venom to soften their prey. Think of them as gourmet chefs with a taste for live seafood. They may be brilliant, but they're also on the menu. Sharks, eels, dolphins, and even birds prey on octopuses. Humans fish them too, both for food and, regrettably, for exotic pet trades. While most species aren't endangered, pollution, habitat destruction, and climate change are major threats. Here's a fun fact: these geniuses can unscrew jars, so captivity doesn't usually go as planned. This isn't a Pixar movie. It's not Ocean's 11. It's not even Finding Nemo. This is the true story of an octopus who broke out of prison, well, an aquarium, and disappeared into the sea like a slimy Houdini. Meet the legendary octopus named Inky, who pulled off one of the greatest jailbreaks in marine history. Inky, the Houdini of cephalopods. In 2016, escaped from his tank at New Zealand's National Aquarium, slithered across the floor, found a drainpipe, and squelched his way back to the ocean. No map or help. Just pure octopus determination. Moral of the story: never underestimate something with 8 arms and a grudge. I know what you're thinking. Ugh, another YouTuber telling me to like, comment, and subscribe. But hear me out. Inky the octopus unscrewed the lid of his tank, squirmed across the floor in the dead of night, found a floor drain, and escaped into the open ocean without leaving a trace. That's more effort than you'll put into anything this week. So if he can do all that just to taste freedom, you can spare a click so this channel can taste the sweet nectar of algorithm approval. Be like Inky. Take action. Escape the scroll. Did you know octopuses have 3 hearts? 2 pump blood to the gills, 1 to the body. They have blue blood, thanks to copper-based hemocyanin. And when stressed, some species shoot out ink and vanish like underwater ninjas. And on top of that, they can taste through their suckers. Pretend for a moment your hands could tell you how bad gas station sushi was before you swallowed it. Like, hey buddy, this tuna's been dead since last Tuesday, and we're about to regret all of our life choices. That's the kind of sensory superpower we're talking about. Only the octopus doesn't need hands. It's got suckers. Hundreds of them. Each one like a taste bud crossed with a fingertip. With attitude. As one might predict, the internet, where octopuses are aliens, mind readers, and probably running a secret underwater civilization. Let's hit pause on the madness and figure out what's real, what's exaggerated, and what was definitely made up during a YouTube playlist titled Animals Doing Weird Stuff. No, octopuses don't live forever. In fact, many species die right after mating. Also, they're not aliens. Probably. But their DNA is so weirdly complex. Some scientists have jokingly said it looks extraterrestrial. And no, they don't actually eat their own arms on purpose. If you see that happen, it's likely due to stress, disease, or reading too much of the kind of science you get from TikTok comment sections. Welcome to the lab where Mother Nature's weirdest creatures face off in a battle of wits, strength, and sheer weirdness. In one corner, the master of escape, camouflage and problem-solving, our cephalopod champ. In the other, well, you'll see soon enough. Octopus versus crab? Octopus wins. Octopus versus shark? Could go either way, unless the octopus gets a sneak attack. Octopus versus dolphin? Dolphin probably wins, but the octopus will make it work for it. Octopus versus 100 humans? Trick question. It'll just camouflage, vanish, and go back to plotting. The Kraken, that terrifying sea monster from Nordic mythology, probably inspired by giant octopuses or squids. In Hawaiian legends, the octopus is a remnant of an earlier world, a lone survivor of a universe that came before ours. Even ancient Greek coins bore the image of octopuses, because even 2,500 years ago, people knew they were up to something. Alright, time to dive into the weird superpowers of our eight-armed friend. Unfortunately, this isn't Marvel. Inky doesn't wear a cape, although that would be adorable. But trust me, from disappearing axe to shape-shifting, these skills are way cooler than any superhero movie special effect. Ready to get your mind blown? Let's go! Camouflage like a chameleon on steroids. They can mimic other sea creatures, shapeshift to squeeze through holes the size of a coin, and regrow lost limbs like a marine wolverine. Oh, and they can use tools. There's video evidence of octopuses collecting coconut shells and using them as armor. Nature gave them no bones and all the brains. Now to test your ocean IQ with this quick quiz. No cheating, inky swatching. 1. How many hearts does an octopus have? 1, 2, or 3? 3. Yep, 3 hearts. 1 pumps blood to the body, and 2 pump it to the gills. Talk about being heart smart. 2. What color blood does an octopus have? Red, blue, or green? Blue. Octopuses have blue blood because of a copper-rich protein called hemocyanin. So technically, they're more like the ocean's royalty. 3. Which of these is not a way octopuses defend themselves? Ink clouds, camouflage, or fire breathing? Fire breathing. Sadly, no dragons here. Octopuses stick to ink and disappearing axe instead of dragon breath. 4. How many arms does an octopus actually have? 6, 8, or 532? The answer is 8. Despite the name, no extra limbs, just a lot of multitasking. 5. What's the name of the famous octopus who escaped from a New Zealand aquarium? Inky, Squishy McTentacles, or Captain 8 Arms? It's Inky, the original Great Escape artist and the inspiration for today's episode. And remember, if you got all those right, congratulations. You might just have an octopus brain yourself. If you didn't, well, maybe don't challenge Inky to a trivia contest anytime soon. He's got 8 arms to hold all the answers. Thanks for hanging out with us here at Wildlife Lounge, where the animals are wild, the facts are weird, and the puns are absolutely unavoidable. If you learned something new and laughed a little, make sure you hit that like button like it's an octopus sucker grabbing a crab. Subscribe if you want to keep swimming in the weird and wonderful world of wildlife. Because honestly, where else are you going to get your daily dose of tentacle trivia and furball facts? And don't forget to ring that notification bell, so you never miss an episode or risk getting outsmarted by a cephalopod. Leave a comment below telling us your favorite 8-armed escape artist or your wildest animal encounter. We love hearing your stories almost as much as the animals love ink squirt fights. Until next time, keep your curiosity sharp, your sense of humor wetter than the ocean, and remember, in the wild world of nature, there's always something weirder just around the coral reef. Be sure to stay tuned, and don't be surprised if your next snack disappears mysteriously. Because you never know when an octopus might be lurking in your kitchen.